السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. رب اشرح لي صدري يسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Hope you are all doing well. Inshallah, after each quiz we are going to have a quick review of the questions and answers. So starting with this quiz, Dawah Essentials and Concepts. Our first question was the fundamental reason why we are not allowed to eat pork. So most of you have answered the correct answer, which is because God have forbidden it. Of course, pigs are scavengers, meat contain numerous diseases. This is not correct answer. Nobody has answered this question, and it is not the difference between it is not permitted in Islam and God has forbidden it. That this is number one and this is number two. That first, it is God who forbidden it, and it is in Islam. So there is a difference between the two, so we need to go to the source, which is that God has forbidden it, not that it is Islam that have forbidden it. Per large percentage of da'wah is your character and your attitude, and all have answered the correct answer. A lady asking why Muslim women are covered up, wear hijab. It's quite similar to the first question. We need to explain the foundations of Islam first. It's not about modesty, and not about that hijab is in other religions also. And of course we need to differentiate between how to respond, how we're going to say this in details. This will be discussed in the next video, and that we need to understand how to deal with these questions, and we are going to discuss what kind of answer we are going to say in order to reach this phase, that to explain the foundation of Islam first. Okay, da'wah is important, but don't have enough knowledge. Most people answer the correct answer, which is to learn the basics requirement and start practicing. You can save people from drowning if you don't know how to swim first, so you need to learn how to swim in order to save people. And it is not the first answer, which is start giving da'wah, learn from mistakes, because you don't want to go telling people wrong information about Islam and making some people have wrong idea about Islam. Da'wah conversation should include the following. It should include, of course, speaking about God and the hereafter, but it doesn't contain the pillars. So answering the pillars or all the above is wrong, because as we said, pillars are the duties which come after having a faith. So right now it is not the time to speak about pillars or about the duties. You need to pray, you need to fast. No, you need to know about God and the hereafter, and these topics. Then speak about the duties if the non-Muslim asked about it. During da'wah, speaking about death and hellfire is completely eliminated, or people answered the correct mistake, which is it should not be eliminated. No, we speak about death and we speak about hellfire, but it needs some wisdom. So we are going to speak about it later, how to speak about it and when to mention it. God said, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا كَافَةً لِلنَّاسِ بَشِيرًا وَنَذِيرًا, which means we have sent you to all people to deliver good news and as a warner for them. In da'wah conversation with non-Muslim, most important thing, of course, is to focus on the oneness of God, not Quran and side, not clearing misconceptions. As we said, you can have a conversation with someone and about Islam, and you don't speak about any misconception. So the oneness of God and speak about God is the main focus. Da'wah to non-Muslim should be through. All these could be used for da'wah. Your manners, of course, as we said, the attitude is the most important thing. Conversations, da'wah materials, giving them books, giving them brochures, of course using the internet, electronic da'wah, giving gifts. As we said, it's not da'wah without giving gifts. So all the answers are correct, but if someone didn't choose all of them, you should choose all of them, as the question asks, choose all that apply. So if you didn't choose all of them, you choose, like example, 2 out of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 answers, you don't get the grade. You should choose the 5 answers, all of them. The way Islam is presented is the same for all type of audience, male, female, old and young. Of course, it differs, as we said. You are not a robot. You should speak with passion. You should have feelings while you are presenting Islam or making a dawah conversation. So it is not the same for all type of audience. Dawah is giving to, it's a bit tricky question, not all people understand this question. Dawah is giving to, of course, we all agree, to Jews, Christians and atheists. So the question is dawah given to Muslims? Okay, dawah is given to Muslims, but it has a different, of course, because he's a Muslim, so he's already having a faith. He is a believer, but for example, if you meet a Muslim that it is not practicing Islam, so your da'wah to him is to practice Islam. Okay, you find a Muslim who is practicing Islam, but he doesn't make da'wah. Okay, his da'wah is to encourage him to make da'wah. So also Muslims need da'wah, not only the non-believers, also the believers, we need to make da'wah. And God said, وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَ تَنْفَعْ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. وَذَكِّرْ, which means speak to them, to make them remember the hereafter and remember the orders of God and the guidance that God has revealed to us. تنفع المؤمنين with tanfa, which means provide benefit, and the mu'minin, which are the believers. So God said speak to the believers. He didn't say speak to the non-believers. No, he said to speak the believer and the non-believers. So also Muslims need da'wah, which is very important, which will always come to the next question, is quite related to the previous one. Key indicators for a da'wah project should be, choose all that apply. Correct answer is the number of conversations conducted, which most people chosen, and the contacts of interested individuals obtained. Okay, the question is, a number of converts is a key indicator for da'wah project? No, it's not a key indicator. And what is the proof for that? Because the Prophet ﷺ said a prophet will come on Judgment Day and he will have zero number of followers. None of his people followed him. None of his people has believed that he is a prophet and that he have a revelation from God. So can we say that this prophet has failed in his da'wah? No, he's a prophet. So the number of converts is never an indicator, and all people have seemed to understand it. Okay, but what is interesting, that the number of da'wah team members, only 2 have chosen that this is a key indicator. This is the most important indicator, because you can have team members but you have few number of conversations and you have few interested people. So the number of people who are actually practicing da'wah within a team, they have a leader and it's a team and they are making some da'wah activities. This is the most important factor, because having people making da'wah, this is our aim. Whether people have accepted Islam or not, or whether people are welcoming us or not, the most important thing is to have a team that focuses on da'wah and trying to deliver the message. So this is the most important indicator. And because as a Muslim we always try to practice da'wah, it's not just about you making da'wah. No, try always to assemble a team that has this target. Final question, that every born child is a Muslim, and of course it is a saying by the Prophet, peace and blessing upon him. It is not a saying by the companions or a famous Arabic quote. Thank you for your time and taking this quiz. Inshallah, next video will be sent tomorrow, inshallah. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.